How come you guys weren't looking out for the world?
I was having a little conversation, in the background back there. He's being very generous with how he feels about what you're saying. And I appreciate it all.
Yeah. So anyway, Srivas is taken out of the class, and he's sitting by the Ganges, and he starts to read the Bhagavatam. And all of a sudden, he starts to feel this bhakti awaken, and he felt close to the Lord. That's the solace for a devotee. It's this a devotee who has this intimate relation with God, where it's ecstatic worship. He's only really happy. Nobody can add to him other than devotees. See, because when devotees are present that have devotion, the Lord comes. The Lord, in this way, he likes to associate this ecstatic God, Lord Chaitanya, Radha and Krishna. They like to associate with ecstatic devotees. See, so the big secret here is, if you want to be an insider, just come and give honor and respect to those kind of devotees. And come close to that, and you will get that. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift of really in one's heart giving honor and respect that this is really God, and this is God's presence. And then one gets it. So anyway, some years later, the Lord says, Srivas, I think this was during the 21 hours of his ecstasy, where the Lord showed his omniscience. He says, Srivas, you remember that time Devananda Pandit threw you out of the class? And then you went by the Ganga, you're feeling really sad, about it. And then you started reading Bhagavatam. And you started to feel devotion and love awaken in your heart. That was me coming. I came from Vaikuntha and entered your heart. And gave you solace. See, only a devotee understands that. You understand that is God giving solace to the one who loves him. Yeah, see, and that's and so that's why this relationship between the ecstatic Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna and their devotees is exclusive. See, it's like it's just an exclusive thing. But you wonder, well, that's not, why is God so exclusive in all of this? It's just because the Lord can't get happiness except by his own ecstatic potency. That's the only thing that gives him happiness, and that's in his devotees. And the devotee can't get happiness except by associating with the Lord or other devotees who have the ecstatic potency. Now one might think, well, that's not so good. How is the Lord so exclusive and all that? That's not fair and all. But the mercy is. The mercy is. The Lord comes here as these incarnations to give it out to people if they want to receive it. The devotees preach in ecstasy, ecstatic devotion to those who are open to receiving it. That's the mercy. Take it. They don't have to be here. They come out of the mercy to preach pure devotional mellows. And whoever takes it, receives it, is liberated. That's how it works. That's the process. See, but, a person can say, oh, Lord, you're not fair. You don't give it. No, he's giving it out. But who's taking? Who's receiving? Who's honoring it? See, but sometimes it takes a while to get, like, okay, all right, I'm getting comfortable with this. All right. I said my piece. That was a a wild port, huh?
Alright. My truck's running. Would you like to take over for a few minutes?
Yeah, yeah. What did you say? What?
My truck is running. Everything's vibrating like crazy.
It seems okay. All right. Yeah, it's all right. Keep going if you want.
And I'll see if I can cut it down just a little bit. Am I being heard okay?
Yeah, yeah.
The entire house is illuminated by Gora's transcendental essence. His bodily complexion resembles molten gold. Due to the influence of Krishna prayers, the Lord's golden face was the reddest hue, appearing like the morning star. The Ranga was decorated with perfumes, garlands, and sandals of smoke. His face glowed soothingly like two glowing beams of the full moon. Gadadhar and Narahari stood on either side of the Lord. Sri Radhananda gazed at Guru's face, and the other devotees stood around the Lord. The devotees encircled around the devotees encircling around looked like the constellations surrounding the full moon. Immersed in divine rapture, Sri Nityananda Prabhu sat before the Lord, admiring his face. Sometimes Nityananda would laugh, sometimes he would cry. Then his wicked Acharya became engulfed in executed. He roared like a lion. Tiny bumps of joy covered his body from head to toe. Even the universe couldn't contain his joy.
So, the deeper and more condensed this devotion gets by, just tasting it over and over again in sadhu sangha, the pastimes like this, the laughing starts, first the bliss, then the crying a little bit, tears start to come, and then the laughing comes. And then the bliss gets so intense, you start to roar. Literally, you cannot hold it in. Then you're seeing, in your own experience. It's like, was it back 500 years ago? And this just increases more and more and more. I mean, this Sangha, what we're doing, this kind of thing is so amazing and so rare. And, I feel really fortunate. And going to India, going to Mayapur, it's just going to increase exponentially, this kind of worship, because you're right there, and we'll be broadcasting all over the world, and it's great. It's just really, it's like a golden age starting to happen again, it's just gradually, so we see the rays starting to come, yeah. Go ahead.
Acharya offers gifts of new cloth to Lord Ferrari. He worships Garanga with Koki Manjaris, sandalwood cake, and a fragrant Malachi garland. Advaita fell flat on the earth before Ferrari's feet, accepting his worship. Lord Surachandra quickly lifted him up. Garanga happily distributed prasad to his intimate associates. Advaita, Nityananda, Srivas, Ferrari, and Mahinda sang Lord's praises and danced with abandon. They were tasting the nectar of Krishna praise. Devotees praised one another and exchanged blessings. They considered the happiness derived from impersonal oneness as insignificant. Being overcome with divine jubilation, they forgot whether it was day or night. All that the devotees knew was dancing, dancing and chanting Hare Krishna
Yeah.
at
You know,
sunrise.
it's imperative that people get a taste of this devotional service, and then that's the only way they'll be drawn away. See, it's only attraction that keeps us bonded to this world and coming back again and again and again. It's the only attraction that keeps us, that gets us to go to liberation. See, and you know, like when you've suffered so much in this world enough, then you want to go for liberation. Then you think that's the greatest thing. See, yet still liberation is like this merging with God is like nothing really to a devotee. They're not looking for that. See, so it's imperative that people connect with the form of God in his deepest revelation, which is Lord Chaitanya. This is the deepest revelation of the Lord that's ever been shown on this planet. And it's very rare. Once in billions and billions of years does Lord Chaitanya come and show this form. You know? So this is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his sons work so vigorously to bring this out and show the value of Lord Chaitanya. Okay. All right.
At sunrise they began, and they continued dancing madly deep into the night. When they finished dancing, Duranga ordered the devotees to return to their home.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, one thing. When are you passing a Kmart? Are you or a Walmart? Are you coming? Do you ever go by those or near those or?
It's pretty seldom. I don't really get the opportunity.
Oh, okay. Well, if you do, get a microphone because this stuff is so good and so important that it should be, like done so people can hear nicely, you know? So try and get a one of those headset mics, I know it's important stuff, man. It's not just for us, it's for other people. And they need to hear it nicely so they can hear it clear. You'll see what I say when you watch over the video. Personally, I make sure, I don't care if I have to go into debt, I make sure I have good equipment. So this message can go out. It's so important. And so, people have to hear it nicely. Hearing is the best way. Okay. So I just wanted to put that in there if you pass the Walmart, just go right in and get a headset mic. They're very cheap, $20. We'll pay for it if we need to. No problem. Get it.
If we had an address, we'd send you one.
Yeah, if you had an address, we'd send you one. You know where you're going to be, or is there a place where we can send it?
Or is there a business you go to a lot with your work?
No, I'm usually in the back of a parking lot somewhere.
Well, maybe
my truck's shut off now, so it should be a lot better.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Hey, we can also send it general delivery. If you know like a place where you go regularly, we can send it. Oh yeah, then you have this big truck. Forget it. Okay, it'll all work out.
Yeah, I'll put it on the top of my list.
Put it on top of the list. Headset mic. Get a decent one too. Go ahead.
When they finished dancing, Gauranga ordered the devotees to return to their home. Mahaprabhu said, "Take your baths, worship your deities, honor prasad, and rejoin me for more delightful singing and dancing. That that is so deep because he's everywhere, always.
So go ahead, say some more about it. Let's hear it.
Well, he's speaking to his most intimate devotees, giving them very explicit instructions: take your bath, worship your deity, honor prasad, and then rejoin me for more delightful singing and dancing, knowing that regardless of whether he's physically there or not, he's there. And that that just oh, tickles my inside. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, also he said, yeah, go and honor prasad and all that. That way you stay in touch with the Lord too. See, the Lord is everywhere. The Lord is everywhere. But we have no awareness of that until we do some kind of devotional service. Devotional service makes us aware of the Lord. That is why he comes to teach that. See? So Jesus was teaching that also. When he said everybody, he said, do this in remembrance of me. See, the communion thing. See, this is kind of like almost a ritual that helps us remember the Lord, help us remember Jesus and the communion of that. See, so that's devotional service. And that is what makes the Lord appear and awaken in our hearts. Devotees who have that awakening cannot live without doing devotional service. They will die in this world. They'll shrivel up. This is the meaning when Jesus said, if you depart from me, you will be like a branch outstretched and withered. See, so when you depart or betray the spiritual potency, which happens sometimes, I've done it, other people have done it, people who have come to this Sangha have done it. When you betray that spiritual potency, you look like that. You look like a devotee out there, but you're withered, you're dry. You don't even know it often. That's what happened to Judas. He betrayed Jesus. Betray means you go against the spiritual potency after getting it. Happens, That's part of the lesson. You come back, you get the life again. Sometimes it's destiny. People are destined to, they're not clear about what is the difference between the mode of goodness and pure goodness. Okay? The mode of pure goodness can be, Bhakti Siddhanta was trying to teach this, and some of his disciples couldn't get it often. There was this guy having a nice kirtan, singing beautifully, perfect raga and all that. He was a professional musician, and a disciple came to him and said, "Oh, isn't that a wonderful kirtan? That is so transcendental and all of that." And Bhakti Siddhanta said, "No, that is not transcendental. That is professional. That's all. This is a mode of goodness at best." Because a real guru is interested in the vibration and the potency, even if it came from a dog chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. But if it had love of God invested in it, oh, it's sweet. If it has tears in the heart awakening with love, even if it's croaking out like from a frog's voice, this is nectar. See, people have a hard time getting that, especially those that really attach to the mode of goodness and like all the show and the pomp, and all of that. If they find real devotion, they might think, oh, it can't be there. It looks too much dirt around it, around that gold. There must not be gold there, even though because it's crusty. You know, there's a story of Jagannath. I got to say this. The story of Lord Jagannath. I saw this in a play in Mayapur many years ago. And in the Lord Jagannath, before his appearance, it was a deity of Jagannath. It wasn't the ones that were like now with the cut off things and everything. That's a whole story in itself. But anyway, Lord Jagannath was staying in a house of this outcast. And this guy was crusty, you know, just like a low class person. But the Lord liked this person because he had devotion. So he had love for him and love for the deity, even though he wouldn't worship it properly according to the mode of goodness rules and regulations. You know, so the king, who is a pious king, you know, probably like a Kshatriya mode of goodness type king, and he had great faith in Lord Jagannath, and he heard that this deity was with this person, and he went over with his soldiers and took it away, tried to steal it or take it away. I forgot exactly how the story went, but anyway, he didn't like that the Lord of the universe was being worshipped by this person that was not clean, you know, externally. He was clean inside in his heart, you know, it was pure. But because he was from a low caste, you know, he couldn't handle it. So, and he thought he was offensive. He thought he was not. And so anyway, I think in a dream, Lord Jagannath came to him and said, hey, I like being with that person. He loves me. I don't care what his caste is. I'm concerned more about devotion than anything else. Okay. So, okay. Looks like we lost Arjai for a minute.
Yeah, I'll be back in just a minute.
How you doing there, Sachi? You holding up okay?
Yep, holding up okay.
Yeah. What are you doing, sewing or something?
Just yeah, sewing a little bit, and I wanted to do some journaling, but my notebook, Krishna took my notebook away, so I can't. I have to sit and be with it.
Yeah. What do you mean he took it away? Is it in the car or something?
I don't know.
Is disappear?
I got some nice birthday blessings. There was one lady from India that sent, I forgot what part of India. It started with a CH, and it sent a really nice little blessing, like a voice thing on chat.
Oh wow, nice.
Oh, her name is Shriji. You recognize that name?
Shriji, no?
Shriji. Yeah, all the way from India.
Oh, it was probably was it Chandra?
All it says is Shriji.
Shriji. Oh, okay. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was nice. And yeah, there he is. He's back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting pretty warm here. It's like almost 90 degrees already.
Okay, why don't we stop now? Because I got to get moving a little bit. I got to do some exercise here before it gets too late.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to work today, 3 to 11 again, there, Sachi?
Yes. And then that's it for until that's it for right now. I have to just till I figure something. I don't know what I'm going to do next.
Yeah. Okay. And you going to be around, or are you driving today there?
No, I pick up my load at 3 o'clock also.
Okay. So I'll see you guys in the morning, or some whenever.
Okay.
Haribo.